What is up, everyone? It's Grim here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying Warlords of Draenor. We're now into the flow. We got Heimall all opened up. We've got Paragon kicking ass, doing world first on Mythic Heimall. Oh, it's good. Getting into the flow. Christmas is upon us. It's good. So, Grim, are you going to darken our door with some miserable grumbling again? Yes. No, I'm not. But what I want to talk about today is guilds. And don't panic. Don't panic, all you guys out there. This is not a guild recruitment thing. This is me just wanting to chat about guilds and how they currently stand in World of Warcraft. Because as we all know, guilds took, in my personal opinion, a little bit of a backhand pimp slap. Blizzard were like, no, bad guilds. Now, back in the day, we all know they introduced guild perks, where as you leveled up, you became a big 25 level guild. You would have a ton of perks, you could get your Corcron mount, and all these good things. And it was good. It was very good, actually. Though you had the fun of leveling up the guild. Myself and a couple of friends, we leveled ours up to like level 25 on our own. I got real sense of achievement every time we dinged a level. But, of course, this was abused, as these things always are. If there's a way to abuse it, people will. You got, as soon as 25 guilds, as soon as the ability to level guilds up came into being, you had people spamming, and I mean, if you want an example, go and start a level 1 character now, and just sit it. Sit it in your starting zone, you don't even need to play it, just sit there, and I guarantee you, you will get bling! Hi, blah. You'd make a really good addition to our guild. We really know. We've heard your name mentioned, and we think you would be perfect for us. We've got a tabard. We've got a guild bank. I know, dude. It's off the fucking chain, man. We've got everything you ever wanted. Blowjobs, whatever. Okay, you will just see spam galore of guild invites. It's annoying as shit. And the reason this came about is because, canny fuckers decided that, well, hang on a minute, me and my friends, okay, we raid, we do all this good shit, but do you know what? If we get a load of lobies and people leveling up and people who are in it, we don't really give a fuck. We can have a high turnover of these people, we don't really care, but what we can do is all gold that they pick up, we get a percentage of. It goes straight into the guild bank. We get a percentage of all their earnings. Brilliant! This is fucking superb. So we can start paying for our own shit out of this. Now guilds, I'm not talking about all guilds. There's a lot of guilds out there which are really genuine places based around having fun, being able to do content together, and that's how it should be. But you did get a lot of these guilds that would basically use random little guys who didn't know any better to fund their own personal conquest of Azeroth. They would use it to pay for their repairs after doing raids, which is fine. That's okay, you know, as long as when those people are at an appropriate level, you start letting them come in and the ability to repair their gear is open as well. If it's a guild thing, that's fine. That's what it is there for, is to be able to repair your gear. The issue comes when you would get officers and guild leaders start withdrawing that gold to buy themselves, oh, do you know what? I'm going to buy myself this shit, because that's cool. I'm going to buy myself this mount, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this, and never giving anything back. So you restrict access to the guild bank, you restrict access to people being able to do repairs, and basically it becomes a them and us. The only reason we have this vast bulk, you see guilds with like 150 plus members is generally considered a large guild. You have guys with 150 plus members, and yet 110, 120 of those guys will never get to see anything from the guild. So Blizzard were like, do you know what? That's fucked up. That's not very fair. And this is true, it's not. It's not in the slightest bit fair. So, fuck it. Take it. Everybody wants to join a level 25 guild because they want the perks. And the downside of that is they don't care whether they're being used to fund the top level guys, you know, escapades, because they want the shit that comes with it. They want the heirlooms, they want the mounts, they want faster flying, they want all that good shit. So Blizzard were like, no, it's not fair, because now, if you've got a level 25 guild, you can recruit like crazy. But if you're just starting out with a couple of friends wanting to grow, maybe do a little bit of raiding, you're fucked. Not a chance. It's so funny. When our guild hit level 25, we had literally, and this is the funniest thing, and I wish I had a recording of it, and I should just go somewhere and see if I can recreate it. Basically, we went out and started to recruit people in, and we had people going, okay, cool. What level are you? So, what? Don't you want to know what we do? Are we raiding with them? No. What level are you? We're level 19. All right. And so you kind of you make a note because you have a conversation with these players. You make a note. I would add players that would like whisper me or seemed interested to my friends list, and you'd be probably not surprised to hear that 2/3 of those people that I added to my friends, I delete them as I go, but that I had on there, all turned around and said, "Yeah, I'll join." As soon as we hit level 25, the amount of people that went, "Yeah, I'll join level 25." I was like, dude, nothing's changed. We are still a small guild that wants to raid, but primarily we're on 5-mans and that sort of thing at the moment. Growing into being a 10, 20, 25 to do raiding. But at the moment we're not. Nothing has changed. The only thing that changed was our guild level, and so many people wanted to join. Oh, I wonder all the perks. And Blizzard are like, do you know what? Nah, it's not fair on guilds just starting out. Let's just strip it all back. Let's go back to the way we... fuck it. Let's just strip it all back. And it's kind of... it feels like they were, like... they wanted to nerf guilds, but they... it's like... they looked at guilds and they thought, we don't want them... we don't like them the way they are now. We don't like that. We have a plan, we want something to happen, but right now... we've got Warlords to do and we can't get our head around what we want to do. So we're going to pimp slap guilds. Okay? They're a big part of the game, but we don't like the way they are. So basically what they did, they stripped away the leveling. Now you start level 1 guild, you get the same shit that a air quotations level 25 guild gets. And that's great, because you can start a low level guild. Now granted you don't have the numbers, but people will join you. But my issue is that, and this is what I wanted to talk about, with this pimp slapping of guilds, this backhand that they gave, did they miss an opportunity? Did the people that abused this guild system, the people that rinsed it for money and whatever else, have they hurt us so bad? I compare it to, and many will go, how the hell can you compare it to that? I wasn't there for this, but back in the day when they did the opening of Anchorage, was it? AQ40? And they did the world event. Now, as I say, I wasn't here, so if my knowledge is skewy, I apologise. But basically, everybody had to go to Syphilis, and I always say syphilis. I don't mean it. Syphilis. There we go. Everybody had to go there, to that zone, and there'd be a big opening event. So you'd collect all these war resources, you'd hand in your cloth and whatever else, and then there's a big opening event. Bang the gong, in we go, all the world bosses would come out, nobody could get there, a load of it crashed, the people that were there got fucked off because the big guilds went in, they were like, fuck this, we don't care that a load of world bosses have spawned out here, we want to do this raid. So in they went, and a load of newbie players that were just kind of there for the event, woo, absolutely wrecked. And it ended up being a huge fail event, just because of its grandeur and its scale. And because of that failure, they've said it's never happening again. We're not doing that kind of huge event. And in fact, as it stands now, you take too many players into one zone, you can be banned. So if you're like a famous Twitch personality, and you gather you got, I don't know, 20,000 people watching you, and you gather a load of them together and you go sit in a zone, you can be banned for that. So that's how far they've come from that sort of thing. And that's what I'm worried with guilds. Has the fact that it was abused so badly made Blizzard just turn their back on doing anything fun and interesting for guilds? And here's the idea. Because what I would love to have seen is, you know the area in your garrison, if you've got level 100 or any level character, you will know that where your farm is and your fishing shack is inside a big cave. Now what if you were part of a guild, that area in that cave was in fact a guild garrison. Now, I'm not talking about the technicalities of how it would all work. I'm just go with me on the idea. So, for instance, where you would go past your mine and you would normally go towards your farm, in fact, you would phase. So as you went into that cave, you would phase, and all your other guildies could be in that area, all walking around, all doing stuff. And there, you would have a little, war meat building, and you would have 2 plots or 3 plots, whatever Blizzard thought appropriate. You would have some plots there that could only be placed by guild leader or officers. And those plots were guild-wide plots. So for instance, if the guild decided that, do you know what we want to do? We do a lot of raiding. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a forge. I don't know what they'd want to call it for fancy, but we want to build this forge or whatever, this foundry here. And by having that, for instance, that would give us, I don't know, free repairs. So repairs would cost nothing because the guild has a foundry building. And eventually, say you could level it up, and it would cost ridiculous amounts of money, but by the time you got it to level 3, you did not suffer from durability at all. If you were in the guild, you wouldn't suffer from durability. That's just one example. You could have lots of different buildings, and the guild could decide what sort of thing they want to place down and how it would work. But I think Blizzard turned their back on that and were like, no, you know what? We're not interested in making guild buildings or anything like that, because they got so stung on level 25 guilds that it's not something that they want to do anymore. And I think that's a huge shame. I would love to see some guilds in the future getting love. I'd love to see a guild garrison, or at least a section of your garrison that could be used for guilds. I would love to see the love back into guilds, because they are such a huge aspect of the game. Now, strip away all the perks, all the benefits and everything else. I know I've quit WoW several times, and I know every time I've quit has been because I've either been in a bad guild or I haven't been in a guild at all. If you're in a good guild with nice people that want to do things, it completely changes the game you're playing. At the end of the day, this is an MMO. So if you've got other great players to play with that you can have fun with, I don't care. I'm not talking about ability when I say great players. I mean people that make this game fun. If you've got those kind of people, you will stay. I played Warhammer, okay, as many of you will know, when it was dying, when it had not really any new content, when you were doing the same thing over and over again. The reason I stayed, the reason I played that game, was the people I was playing with. It was so good. It was so good just to log on. You could sit there, you could just leave your character sat there, log on to Vent, and it was so much fun chatting with these people. And the excuse was we were playing Warhammer. That's the power of a guild. A guild will keep the money flowing into Blizzard's coffers because you keep coming back for those people. And I hope Blizzard see that. I hope they kind of get over this fact that they've been stung and they've been hurt by these douchebags that abuse the system, and I hope they come round to thinking, do you know what? There's a lot with this new building system we've got. There's a lot of potential. We can look at other games that have really used the guild system, the guild building system well, and we're going to start implementing that. I hope it won't happen in Warlords. I understand that, but I hope in the future they look towards that. And yeah, come on, Blizz. Give us some love back. Give us some guild love. I would really like to see that. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling and ranting on. I'm going to leave you guys till weekend. And it's almost Christmas, guys. I hope you have an amazing time. Don't get too drunk. And if you do, make sure nobody puts you in a compromising position and puts the picture up on Facebook. You know it happens. Come on. Don't be that guy with the stupid moustache or the whipped cream all over him. Don't be him. But have an amazing time, guys, and I will talk to you all later. So, yeah, guys, that is my rant on guilds over and done with. Now, if you're interested, we have the Heimel raid guide right there, sat for you. Ooh, tweak those nipples, raiding, love it. And we also have the Saga of Grimlock, my new warlock. If you want to look at that, by all means, click away, have a little look at that. If you like this video, remember to hit that like button. Ooh, and if you didn't, would you know what? Just disappear into the ether. It's all cool as well. Hope you have a great one, guys. Talk to you later.